So Milestone have released a new patch for MotoGP 20, and in my opinion it is a step forward but also a little bit of a step back in terms of a few little bugs and things. But let's get into more of the details now. So looking at the patch notes then for this new patch, I'm talking about patch 1.05 on the PS4 or 1.007 on the Xbox One. The patch is also out on PC as well, and each platform seems to have their individual bugs. But let's get into the patch notes first before we talk about that. So first of all, there is an update to the photo mode, which is good. So it improves motion blur with more shutter speed options. This is something I feel like they needed in the photo mode. So when you go to take a picture, you can set the where you choose overview or dolly or that sort of thing, and then you choose your shutter speed. There's more like individual notches, so you can tailor that, and I've been able to use that mode and that feature a little bit more effectively since, so that's a good little update in my opinion. Career mode then, development tests have been fixed and improved. I completed a few development tests, and I can not really tell what's improved. Maybe it's just the times have slightly changed that they need you to achieve when you do the test, but I can't see anything noticeable. Maybe I'm missing something. If you guys know down below, do let me know in the comments. Then in terms of career mode again, contract management has also been improved for real and fictional teams. So I've just already signed contracts, as you know, in Moto 2, into MotoGP from Moto 2, so I wasn't able to check this out, but it's something that we'll discuss more in our career mode series later on. Again, if you guys have experienced the new improvements to the contract management, do let me know down below in the comments, and just see what you guys think. So then a tweak to the showroom. So the official MotoGP riders are presented with helmets off, which I suppose is nice because then you can see the detail that Milestone have put into the faces, and obviously they've scanned all the faces and stuff like that. So they've also fixed an issue with the Yamaha M1 2009 where with the dashboard, where if you were using a custom rider, presumably there was an error. I'd never noticed that, but saying that I never tried that out, the issue seems to be fixed and it was isolated to the custom rider. A pretty useful update that they made in this patch as well is where fuel is now refilled upon leaving pits in practice and qualifying session. That is a huge relief, because you always have to remember to refuel the bike when you go out, or else you run out of fuel and you have to head back in and you waste time, and if you go right at the end and then you forget to refuel, it ruins your lap. So that's a very handy, it's a sort of an efficiency thing, isn't it? A nice to have, which they've added in, which is great. Fuel management has various fixes, and in brackets it says estimated laps. So from what I can tell, the fuel indicator, if you saw the finale to our career mode, the fuel indicator was all over the place trying to recalculate. Valencia is a really bad track for that, but it seems that they've fixed that massively. I've done a few races and it's now a bit more, a lot more accurate, so I've noticed the improvement from that, so that is good. They've also made neural AI improvements, and this one was a big point for me, so this should be right at the top of the patch notes, so I have no idea why it's not, but the improvements they've made is that the lap times are consistent in practice and qualifying sessions. So I mean, this is what I've been asking for all over MotoGP 19 and also up until now on MotoGP 20, and I can safely say that going out into qualifying in the MotoGP career mode, I've recorded 2 races, the first 2 races of the MotoGP season, which you'll see over the next few days, but I can safely say that the AI are now competitive in qualifying and practice, so it's making the season really quite juicy, so do stay tuned to the channel for that. But yeah, I can confirm that that fix is actually working, and that is a big yes and a big upgrade, and a good job from Milestone for fixing that on this game. So then a few other fixes there for the auto driving flying laps, fixed unwanted falls, several career mode fixes and improvements. Not sure what they are, they haven't specified. It's probably little minor fixes here and there. Several online fixes and improvements. I mean, there was an issue with the track loading in, where it wasn't generating the track quick enough as you going, so it sort of made this pop-in issue, but I haven't tried it out to see if that's fixed. And then also finally there are track sponsor updates, so that just brings it into more line of the real 2020 season that is still yet to kick off and start, but it will be very soon, hopefully. So that's the patch notes. Quite a few fixes. The big ones for me, well, photo mode with the increased shutter speed options, it just makes it more usable. That's one thing I've noticed. And the update to the AI. The AI, like I said, they're now more consistent with their pace in the race when compared to qualifying and practice, and also the difficulty sort of improved and increased and made more realistic. So before you could really quite easily win races on higher difficulties, well, now it's going to be tougher, and your bike is pretty much going to be more realistic to its actual performance. So if you're on a lower bike, you'll struggle to get into the top half of the grid, but if you're on a top bike, you'll really be fighting for a win. I've been testing it out offline. So yeah, that is probably the biggest two improvements for me. Also the fuel being refilled upon leaving, that is a nice to have in the game as well. So that's all the good points on the patch notes. So overall a good patch, but there are some bugs with it, and what I've heard from on Twitter and Instagram and social media, and my YouTube comments have been blown up today with the PS4 patch. So the 1.05 patch on PS4 is crashing for a lot of people. Now I haven't got the game on PS4, so I can't try it out, but I wonder whether everyone's having this issue. So I want to know in the comments down below. Let me know if you have a PS4 and MotoGP 20 and you've got the latest patch. Let me know if it's working for you. From what I can tell, most people, their game is crashing on launch. I presume it's like a global issue with every user of the game, which means the game's pretty much unplayable for PS4, but I don't know if it's isolated to certain accounts or what. I have no idea, so it'd be interesting to know. Let me know down below. That is a big step backwards from Milestone in terms of patching the game. I mean, it's the weekend now as well, so I imagine all the developers won't really be working, but you never know, they might be working on a fix for that patch for PS4. But on the PC side, it isn't all happy days either. For the PC, there is a watermark in the top left of the screen, which I presume should have been hidden from the end user at this patch, so it's probably just like an on or off switch, which was left on for the release patch of this. You'll see it in the top left, it's bright green, which is a bit annoying because I've recorded some gameplay today and it's got that all over it, which is pretty annoying, but it's one of them. Hopefully it'll get fixed soon, but there's nothing we can do at the minute, so you just got to put up with it, I guess. But yeah, Xbox, I don't know if there's any issues. I haven't heard of any issues on the Xbox side of things. I imagine there might be something, because if there's an issue on PS4, if there's an issue on PC, maybe that's why the PS4 version is crashing, because it's got that watermark in the top left. But the version on Steam for the PC lets you play the game even with that watermark. I don't know what it is, but hopefully Milestone will get onto a fix, because from what I can tell, this patch is really good. The other thing I sort of noticed is that the front end seems to fall a bit, so the handling model seems to have gone to slightly more similar to the MotoGP 19 handling model, which wasn't very forgiving on the front end. You could fold the bike dead easy on MotoGP 19, and I'm a bit worried that from what I can tell, these few test races I've done as well, that the front end did end up folding it a little bit unexpectedly, which I didn't used to have that issue with. So I think they might have made a few tweaks to the handling model. I mean, they might not have. If it would be good to know, but from what it feels like they have tweaked something in there. But the patch notes don't give light to that, so yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with that. But other than that, I mean, it's a really good patch, other than the fact it's pretty much unplayable on PS4, and it's sort of unpolished on PC, let's say. Xbox, I don't know, but yeah, no, a good patch in terms of improvements, but I mean, there are bad points to it, like the PS4 version crashes. So let me know down below, obviously, if PS4 is working for you guys, if it's for everyone, or whether it's isolated to a certain number of accounts or people in a certain region, I don't know. But let me know if you've been able to try out the new AI. They're a lot more challenging, but I think it's a worthy update. I mean, I'm lucky I can play it on PC, but PS4, I feel so sorry for people on PS4. It's unreal. I mean, especially since it's the weekend as well, where you've actually got time to play the game. But anyway, let me know what you guys' thoughts are on the patch down below in the comments. And for now, I will see you guys tomorrow for the next episode of Career Mode.